Chris Level here with another edition of Patriot Talk. Colton Coons taking care of us as always. Pleased to be joined by Liberty golf coach Cord Wilburn, and that's kind of a tweak with your little career path here. You kind of you're still Lubbock Cooper, but one to the other. And
yes.
Yeah. How was that transition? You know, and learning a new team and them getting to know you and all those things, and probably tough to say bye to some kids that you were coaching.
Yeah, transition's actually been really good, and honestly, a lot of it came with knowing some of them through camp early on, and really, my guys at Lubbock Cooper actually did a really. I mean, they've talked to the guys at Liberty, and so they've kind of actually helped me out a little bit.
Okay.
You know, those guys have told the Liberty guys, hey, here's what to expect from him, and here, maybe not what to expect, but no, it's been a good transition, and I still teach at Lubbock Cooper, so I still get to see Cooper guys and get to talk to them some, so it's been a good transition.
Yeah, you're all over the place. You've got multiple home bases.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
That which is a bit tricky for you. What what was like, because it's an interesting dynamic. Obviously, Liberty being a new school or newer school, and now we're in year 2, and they also were a 3A school last year, now 4A. So you're kind of taking over a different program in that it's playing at a different level. But what was it like going over there? And it's like, okay, there's some depth. They've won a state championship. I mean, that's got to be pretty fun for you.
It's fun. It's stressful too, because if anything changes, or if we don't win a state championship, or if we don't do as well, the only thing that's changed is me. So it's a little stressful, but that's okay. I like the challenge.
Yeah, and how different is because that is the major change, though, is that golf at 4A versus 3A, there's a massive difference with some of the programs that you'll be dealing with at the high end level.
There is, and people that are familiar with West Texas golf know that Andrews is really good year in and year out. They just roll out golfers. And then we've got Bridgeport, who won the 4A state championship last year, is in our region, and Randall, who we as Lubbock Cooper used to battle with in 5A. They made the switch to 4A about 3 or 4 years ago, so they've been in 4A, and they've kind of become a power. They've won a state championship, and so there's 4 or 5 really good teams just in our region before we even make it to state this year.
Yeah, and you already, and you guys have already seen some of these.
Yes.
Some of those teams are senior laden.
Yes.
Too. So that's the tricky thing for you guys too, is you obviously no seniors on your roster.
Right.
Take me this when I started talking to people about high school golf several years ago. It was kind of fascinating to me because this is a year-round deal. You're busy. Really, this is a both semester sport. The championships are won, and the district titles and all that are set up for the spring. But the fall is just as important to try to figure out, all the things with your team and everything. And take me through how you set that up and what your preference is on the tournament.
So I like to qualify for tournaments early on, and really I want to see who does well in tournament play.
Okay, because it's different.
It's different. Qualifying is one thing because it's usually at the same course, maybe a different course here and there. But tournament play is where you see whose game travels. And whose game can
you run the ball or not? Right?
Yes, yes, exactly. Can you run it or not? And so that we use all of the fall and majority of the spring to see, okay, what 5 do I need to put on this team? What 5 needs to go here? And who needs to play as medalist maybe? Because we need to get the best guys. Hopefully we have 10 really good guys, but hopefully we can get the 10 guys that their game travels and that can be ready for tournament pressure to go win district, regionals, and ultimately state.
Have you? Because it's fascinating to me. I mean, I tell people some of the scores that some of these kids shoot. And these are all juniors and sophomores, and I guess in some cases freshmen, but there's a lot of meat right there hovering around 70 to 75. Like the depth is what is pretty impressive with your team. It is. It's on the boys' side, because we're going to talk girls in a minute too.
Okay.
Which is something that's new. Yes,
yeah.
But
it is. This is my 16th year as a golf coach, and this by far is this team. We can run everybody on the team that can shoot, 75, 76 at any given time. And then, like you said, just the depth of, we have guys that can go low, mid to high 60s and 74, 75. And so, yeah, the depth is unreal in this team. And that's hopefully, you try to figure that out in qualifying to see who goes where. But like I said, tournament plays where we figure out where it's at. But the depth is amazing.
Yeah, because the practices and just some of the stuff that you're doing in the middle of the week it probably hopefully elevates everybody because there's no time to I can't show up and have an off day.
Yeah, I mean there is no off day. Even when we say there's an off day, there's not. Because if any golfer knows, anybody that knows really plays anything, if you're not constantly practicing, if you're not constantly doing something every day that has to do with that sport, one day you can, I remember when I used to play a sport, if I missed a practice because I was sick for some reason, or I'd come back the next day, and I felt like I was totally lost. I felt like I was, 2 weeks behind. And that's what these guys see is if they're not doing something every day, then they can get behind pretty quick.
So this is last year. This was not a thing. So Coach Sexton didn't deal with this because there wasn't enough. But this year, when you step in, not only did you take over the boys' side of it, and how many boys do you have playing for you?
Right now, I've got 16.
Okay.
When we should have Colton, hopefully after he gets out of basketball and his injury, and that'll put us at 17.
Okay. How many girls do you have?
So we've got 6.
Okay.
We've got 6 girls.
Okay. Have you ever coached girls before?
I've coached girls basketball and softball, but never golf.
Okay.
Yes.
Take me through that dynamic, and has that been fun, frustrating, exciting? What all this stuff?
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little anxious because I didn't know what to expect, and
and some of these are players that are just now kind of getting into it. Yeah,
we've got a freshman that's played a lot of junior golf, but the others, this is really their first go at it at high school golf. Ellie, I think, played a little bit last year, but we've got 3 girls that play other sports. Ellie Norris plays basketball, and then Bella and Erin Cavazos play soccer. So this is really their second sport. And I was a little anxious because I didn't know how serious they wanted to be and how, what the dynamics was going to look like. But they're competitors, and it's been amazing. The first tournament I took them to, I was looking for tournaments that didn't conflict with the guys. And I didn't realize it was going to be a 36, 18-hole tournament, just like the Bart Granger, which is a big tournament on the guys'
so
side.
So two rounds one day, 18 the next. So 3 rounds in a day and a half.
When it was about 103 in Fort Worth. Yeah. And I kind of warned them. I said, hey, this is our first tournament. Are y'all ready? And they said, they were just super pumped and said, yeah, we want to do it. And super proud of those girls. Gia Anzeldua, Ireland Wyckoff, along with the others I mentioned. Just unreal. Their practice, you can, girls, you can have them work on fundamentals, and they'll do it till you tell them to stop.
And girls are definitely wired differently.
Yes.
Yeah. And you can speak to that. You've got a daughter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The girls are just wired differently.
Yes.
It's impressive in a lot of cases. Do you spend more time coaching them and the fundamentals and the actual golf part?
Yes.
Whereas boys, it's more psychology?
Yes, because, most of these guys, they know the game, and they know their swing is between them and maybe another swing coach or another pro at another course. But, yeah, the guys, they've been doing this a long time. It's more mental with them. But the girls, lots of time coaching on the green and around the green and maybe what club to hit here and what club to hit there. Because just a lot more coaching with the girls, and that's what's been fun is because with the guys I don't do that kind of coaching as much, but with the girls it's fun to kind of get to coach like that.
Sure,
yeah.
And I'm sure they say yes. What else?
Oh yeah, and they eat it up, and they will do anything that you ask, and their attitudes have been tremendous because there's been times I've had them on the green for an hour and a half or 2 hours doing 2 drills, and I look up and think, man, we've been doing this a long time, and not one just they just keep going.
How many how many weekends were you at home in the fall? Because people don't. I'm like,
I don't know.
dang man, like you're gone every freaking weekend.
Yeah.
Because you're with the blue team or the red team or the white team
Yeah.
or the girls team or the both of them and it's just this constant. I mean, one weekend out of every month, maybe you were home,
Maybe at that, but it's
and then you're going to do that again next semester.
and I'll do it next semester. But I'm a golfer. I'm a fan of these guys and of the girls, and I like going to different golf courses and just watching and helping them get around the course and so yeah, it's we're working and we're competing, but it's like they always say, if you like what you're doing, it's not a job.
Yeah, no,
And
no doubt.
I'm on the golf course with these guys and girls, and it's hard to really ever complain about not being home or when you're doing something you really love.
Because I'm guessing they are a captive audience. Like when you're because you mentioned that the fundamentals and there's all this stuff, but the course management aspect of just playing the sport at a competitive level is also the difference between winning and losing.
Oh, yeah.
And they're probably starting from scratch there on all that stuff.
And like I said, the girls, yes, we're just trying to move it down the fairway, keep it in the middle.
Right. Keep it simple.
Make it the easiest possible shot as we can.
Yes.
Guys, they got a little bit more
Draw, fade,
arrows in the quiver, but
oh yeah.
But the girls, we're just trying to keep them down the middle.
That's how I'd
on
be.
the green,
Just keep it
yeah.
simple, man.
Just keep it simple.
That's right.
Yeah.
Make sure you hit it in the green grass so you can hit it again on the other.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
yes.
right. That's right. How much golf do you get to play? Because you are a golfer. You play. I think I play a lot, but how much do you ultimately get to play?
Well, so a lot of people, when I first started coaching golf, everybody thought that's all the golf coaches did was play golf with the guys. I rarely play during the week, but on the weekends, if I have an open weekend, I'm playing Saturday and Sunday. If I have a tournament, if we have a tournament Friday to Saturday, I'm playing Sunday. Just because, like what I tell people, it's really my only hobby. I don't.
No hunting, no fishing.
I don't hunt anymore. I don't fish anymore. I do it occasionally, but golf is my hobby. So
And you play a lot in the summer.
and I play a lot in the summer. Yes,
Yes, you
I do play a lot in the summer.
Yes, you do.
It's just it's something you can do forever, and I like to still compete, and you can compete whether you're playing by yourself or with other people, and it's just a constant competitive cycle.
And my favorite part about you as a golfer is every time you play with Coach Sexton, you just beat him bad, and it's very frustrating to Coach Sexton. And so we wanted to make sure we pointed that out on this show.
Well, I don't know about that.
I know about it. I mean, you just go along with it.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, we I think that Cord was telling me earlier that he's I think like 8-0 in the last matches with Joe.
No.
all jokes. Just kidding, Coach Sexton. There. Christmas time coming up, and we were talking about golf clubs earlier before we were recording. What's the most expensive club you've ever purchased?
So for a long time, I used I worked at our pro shop when I was growing up, and I bought one set of clubs, set of dial high tracks when I was in 8th grade, brand new, for about $400 for the set. I used them till I was 38 years old. And then I bought used ever since, but the most expensive thing I've bought was a driver, a tailor-made driver. I'm not going to say how much it was. And I still can't believe I spent that much for it. It was unreal.
That little industry is,
they're making money.
Oh yeah,
They're making
that's
money.
right. And there's a new model every 6
Yeah,
months, and
yeah.
we don't make it's like a cell phone or a TV. Like we don't make that model anymore. We can't fix it, so you're gonna have to, this doesn't match the rest of your. Yeah, that whole deal.
They've got a good business model. I'm not a businessman, but they've got a good one.
Yeah, because every one of these kids or adults really is walking around with lots of thousands of dollars.
I've asked my assistant coaches before, or other coaches, when we're on a range at a tournament, I'll say, how much money do you think is out here right now?
In the bag.
In the bag.
Oh boy, yeah. It's okay. So, if you were sitting on Santa's lap right now, you would ask him for what club would you want that you have not, that you don't have?
If I could
money
have
wasn't an object,
if
and
money
Santa,
wasn't an object,
you were on the not on the naughty list. You were on the good list and everything like that. You would get what?
probably a Circle T Scotty.
Putter.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And golfers know what Circle T means, but just there's just something about a Scotty Cameron putter, and it's a Circle T. And
Mentally or just
mentally?
Okay, yeah,
It's
like
all
you
mental.
yeah, that's right.
It's all mental.
Yeah, you just
Yep.
make you feel better.
Oh yeah.
Tell me about the fall. Where all did you take everybody in the fall? Because you mentioned the Bart Granger and all that, but take me through what the fall looked like, and then we'll get into the spring,
we did. We went to the Bart Granger in Fort Worth,
which is like a massive,
huge tournament. You've got to make a cut to get in the top half, and then everybody else goes to the other side. We made the top half. I think there was 52 teams, and we got 15th in the top bracket, which is really good. 15th out of 52 is not bad.
And this was 5A teams.
5A, 6A, the best of the best in Texas goes to the Bart, and we did really well. Kind of struggled the first day, but second, third day did really well. Then we went to Burleson and ended up getting third, I believe, in Burleson. Good tournament there. Played second course we played Hidden Creek was very tight, very narrow, very different type of course because it was longer and it was tight.
It's a bad combo.
Yeah, it was a bad combo, but we
got to hit it a long way, really straight.
Yes, got to hit it a long way, really straight.
Yeah.
And so they did well there. We got third, and then Reed, I believe, got second individually in that tournament.
Reed Blacklock.
Blacklock, and then we went over to Hobbs and finally got back towards our area and played at Rockwind, and we got third there. And Cole Barr shot 4 under the first day and 1 under the second, and ended up getting nicked out by a guy from Randall. So Cole Barr got second individually at that tournament. And then we moved from there and went west to El Paso and got third at El Paso in the match play event. And it's a tough deal. We thought we were going to win our second match, and two things happened. I mean, that's the way match play goes. We thought, we were right there thinking we were going to win. Kind of an errant 3-putt goes the other way, and so we ended up getting the third place match and won our third place match.
Okay.
So it was a good fall, and like I said, I think it was good for those guys because they really saw that hey, it's going to be a little tougher this year. It's
the reality of it.
It's just the reality of it, and those guys. But the thing is, we've got the talent. I mean, those guys put in the work. If we continue to do that and have a good spring, then.
Okay, so like to back it up a little bit, your biggest competition when we go to the spring in district, is there anybody in district?
District, it's kind of.
I don't even know what. It's kind of who is in your.
We've got there's Snyder and Levelland and Big Spring, San Angelo, not Central but Lakeview.
Okay.
So there, at times they'll have a good team here and there, but for whatever reason, just those schools haven't had good golf lately. Levelland's had a really good player that's been to state, so Max, he'll be good. But district, we'll still have to play well.
Okay,
that's all there is to it. We just have to take care of us. And
are you good enough to finish first and second?
We should. That's our goal.
Okay.
And I think if we play well, we can achieve that goal of first and second, maybe some individuals getting to regionals. Okay. And then that's where it goes from first gear to fifth gear really quick.
Yeah, that's what you see all the teams we were just talking about at the regional tournament and all that stuff. Yeah. Do you get any downtime over the kind of the holidays here because you'll get when does it kick back up getting pretty serious?
As soon as we come back, we'll start qualifying.
Okay.
Because we'll have a tournament mid-January at Castle Hills in Louisville, Texas. It's a stroke play, then match play event. So as soon as we come back,
try to go to where the weather maybe is a little more conducive.
And so far, this December's been great. Knock on wood.
Yeah, that's right.
You go out to Lake Ridge or you go out to courses and still kind of green, a lot of leaves still in the trees. It's nice.
What subject do you teach?
I teach biology.
That's right. And you've always been a biology teacher,
Yep,
haven't you?
always.
Do you are we dissecting frogs? Or are we?
So right now we're doing a little protein synthesis, learning how DNA goes from DNA that stays in the nucleus all the way to a protein. So
Oh, and like we had to have the giant cell, with the styrofoam balls, and you see all the different things, like the layers.
See all the
of it.
organelles
Oh,
and
yeah.
how each one works together. And
Oh man, that gives me like the hot flashes there from back in the days when I didn't understand any of that stuff back in high school, man. Oh my gosh, yeah, trying to figure out a plant and oxygen and all this stuff. Like, why do I need to understand? But yeah, biology, man, and you got to take it again in college.
Yeah, and I always tell people, history and all that, it's already over. We're done with it. But that's why I've always liked science and biology. It's new. It's things you're going to see in the future.
Yep.
It's awesome.
That's right. Not a lot of similarities between biology and golf, though. It's about opposite ends of the spectrum.
It's opposite ends of the spectrum, I guess. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, it's not like Bryson with physics and golf. That kind of goes together.
Bryson DeChambeau. Do you watch a lot of? Is that one of your favorite things to do? Is watch?
So I don't. I'm not a. I'll be honest. I like playing more than I do watching. So if I can play, now I'll usually try to catch the last round on a Sunday or see maybe a bit of something on Thursday. Now majors, of course, everybody watches the majors.
Yeah.
But no, I'm more of I want to go out and do it.
I got you.
Versus watch it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because you mentioned Bryson DeChambeau, and they had the match play thing recently on television, where he and Brooks Koepka were paired up against was it Rory and Scheffler? Is that right?
Yeah, Scotty.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. So those made for TV events, which is kind of fun to watch some of those guys do it in a match play scenario or some of those kinds of things. So what's Christmas look like at the Wilburn house? You have a favorite dish? Do we got a favorite tradition? Do we got a favorite Christmas carol that we're gonna go sing?
We'll just hang out with kids and what I guess the only thing different this year. My son's a senior and he just greatest kid in the world, and all he wanted to do for a senior trip was go to the coldest game at Green Bay.
This is what you've told me. So
January, we're going to drive up to Green Bay and
Wisconsin,
freeze to death. So he's looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to it. But
and they're playing who?
Chicago.
Okay, the Bears.
Yeah,
because this is here pretty quick, is it not?
Oh yeah, it's about 2.5 weeks. I mean, it's coming quick, and I don't like the cold. If it's under 70, I'm cold. So, and my son loves the cold weather.
Frozen tundra at Lambeau Field, and you'll be there. Merry Christmas, Cord.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, that's right. But what a great Christmas present.
Oh yeah, it's
because those are you're gonna forget some remote control car or some whatever that you got when you're a kid, but you won't ever forget the memory of I want to go to the coldest football game I possibly can. Okay, is he a Packer fan?
He's a Packer fan.
Okay, gotcha.
He's a Packer. I
Jordan
don't know.
Love.
I don't know how he did that, but he loves the Packers, and so I think he kind of does the opposite of what other people do. And my dad loves Cowboys just like anybody else, and so my son had to be the opposite. So I think that's why he chose Green Bay.
I get. Well, I'm a long-suffering Cowboy fan, but you'll be a non-golf weather up there.
Yeah, the sticks are staying at the house.
I would say so. Well, enjoy. You were nice to do this. Glad you're over at Liberty. Coach Coursey doing a good job over at the high school.
Absolutely.
And Lubbock Cooper golf is in good hands with both of you guys. So appreciate the time. Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
and
Merry Christmas
you were nice to. So if you have to hit it a long ways, make sure you hit it straight. That was that course because y'all play the Rawls, man, and it's a you better bring your big boy clubs at the Rawls course is when y'all end up over there too.
Yeah, but we actually our regional will be at Shadow Hills.
Which is a short one.
Yeah. And I wish we were at Rawls.
I got you.
Because at a place like Shadow, it's just going to be a putting contest.
Yeah, the scores are.
And it's I'd rather it's going to be going to be a shootout. That's what it's going to turn into.
Yeah, because you can get into the mid-60s pretty
Oh, yeah.
easy at Shadow Hills. I say pretty easy. I could.
Yeah,
But
Mike,
for some of
the
these
guys, not
rascals,
me,
yes,
not
that's
me.
right. That's right. So, all right, man. We'll circle back with you and talk to you again in the spring,
Okay.
I think. But as Coach Wilburn, so Merry Christmas, everybody. Appreciate you paying attention to these shows. This has been another edition of Patriot Talk. For Chris Lovell, for Cord Wilburn, this is Colton Coons that takes care of us as always. It's been another edition of Talking Patriots.